when I was 11th grade, one of my best friends, he had the opposite of what I had, and he was going through a super tough time. One night, he tried to jump out of a moving vehicle. I chased him into the desert, and he eventually, I put him in bed. I was going to pick him up to go fishing the next morning, and he had committed suicide that night. And so I went home. They called me. They said he killed himself. I was 17, and I'm from a really small town. When you're being from a small town is very different from being from a city or living in a city. It's just a whole different way of living. So that really affected our community, and that was me being in the desert with him, trying to get him home. It was just me and him, and I specifically remember him saying, "You have parents, go home." So like that right there just broke me. Like I never understood how lucky I was, or yeah. And so once that happened to me, I really made it a goal. And right when I went to college, I was like, I want to do human services. I want to help at-risk youth. I want to help kids that don't have the opportunities that I had. My parents put themselves in mad debt just to get me to right here to be driving, a spaceship. So yeah, it's just it's something. It was ultimately like a super traumatic experience in my life, and it also put me into the mindset of one day at a time, because life is so fragile, and I think that we become complacent with that, but I think it's something that we should never forget.